I don't know what their plan is, how to deal with the Brood, but I do think that if Brood snowballs, this game can end real fast. It's another stun though. That's 3 missed split earths.
Those are the extra point though.
Ooh, one more lightning.
Got him. Very nicely done. Meanwhile, Palos, this is already not going swimmingly for them down bot. Cuckoo trying to play around with the regen. If he stays alive long enough, he can definitely turn it back as Self getting popped. But now he's at again, a health pool where he can move back and forward. Black, I'm disappointed.
What is Brood doing?
I don't know.
He's suiciding to tower?
Really?
Wait, couldn't he just leech on the lane?
He had 2 tangos. And yeah, insatiable hunger.
Now they're actually giving the lane to Luna.
Ooh. Do you like what they're doing though
enchanting.
on Zephyr? Like he's kind of playing more for his own game at the moment, out of the lane here on the
He's
Brood.
getting very big on the end. She's almost level 4 already.
Top lane, Raging Potato. He's got a lot of armor here, chainmail, along with the ice armor and the extra buff that he got previously to the starting armor. But that is not enough against the constant poke and prod that tier 1 have, as Palos might get dived here. Cuckoo. So they got 1 point in the insatiable hunger, but Palos is able to sustain through the damage. Playing around with the 1 charges, Verify still available, but Bob's able to TP down. This is the rotation we were talking about, and Bob actually might turn this into a double kill. As he will, Zephyr drops, beautifully done. Important TP from Bob. He did get a solo kill on Lion. I think Lion was just going for a cheeky plays. Carl might just get another solo kill. Great time of that Split Earth. He had an extra level in it. Quite often we don't see 3 points in Split Earth. Usually it's kind of the 2 is enough.
Yeah, how's Brood looking? Close to 6. They want to kill him one more time before that happens. But he should be aware of this.
Should.
Or is he?
Isn't? Maybe not. Cuckoo, Cold Feet. Can they get the proc? They can. Palos gonna have another round up in the beam. 3 points in it. Living armor. I'm really thought this lane was over. A little bit more slow after the start, as he's got 43 last hits with 27 denies.
Yeah, I mean, to be expected. Simply because how the number 1 went. Okay, she's getting taken down by the enchanters again. Carl has to be careful.
I think the Eclipse level on Palos. It's a lot of magic damage that Execration have.
Not a snowball, but like deter them from ever coming. It's a great item against Storm, forces him into an earlier BKB or Yules. Like this, the Storm game is pretty free.
BDZ scouted out from the 1 solo spider, and that is not a position that a Lion can play right now. I love how Cuckoo's putting a lot more emphasis kind of controlling mid to the triangle, because, I mean, Luna, you really need this area. It's got to be careful, though. The hood's still not picked up, and we're seeing the magic damage come into play when they get on top of him. Very nicely done from Bob. Yeah, we were singing the praises of the hero, but 4 deaths here early on Cuckoo. I mean, Savage has been farming incredibly well, but so too, Ice Blast, Bob, Zip in, Finger of Death. I mean, they just disintegrate the Drow Ranger. They're still looking for their own rebuttal. It's a great overgrowth from Whitemon. Nets them the Bob kill. It's going to net them BDZ as well, and they can chase down Ragey Potato. A haste activator for Carl means there's no escape for the Doom. So even though he gets to the safety of the T2 tower, usually is the safety, but not this time. As Carl, killing spree completed. See, I mean, Bob, so far, it's not popping off. Actually, in fact, looking really, really low on the net worth. I thought he was... Yeah.
Much too poor, unfortunately.
I'm over here.
See if he can get a really valuable pick off. Ice Blast gonna fly from the eastern side here. That is another kill on Carl's left track. He's 6-2 at the moment, and they won't find a pick off there. This is all eyes on if they can continue to delay this game. It does feel like Execration favored at the later stages. Bob's gonna reveal himself, but he needs to cancel the Split Earth. A little bit too late though. With the initial stun, the Gust follow-up, this should be enough control. And now that kill, we can see it snowball into an objective here for T1. He showed to take the outpost, but it doesn't look like Radiant feel too comfortable. They wanted to back off and play behind that Observe Ward. And now, once again, into Roche they go. Carl can rejoin them. Raging Potato. Oh, what a War Storm! onto 2, but the Doom's a bit early without any extra follow-up. They need the damage, and Bob's going to swing forward, but an instant overgrowth from Whitemon. He saw the line drawn, and Whitemon instantly counters up. Locking in Bob. He'll try and get the Essence Ring to the zip away, but is not able to play with enough mana here as they've locked onto their target. And Carl can close the distance. What an overgrowth! Whitemon coming in huge there.
Yeah, the timing was insane. He has the Philly. Yeah, massive items coming out. It actually really quite cripples this item build.
Dire? They might get caught out here. Carl. He's gonna haste. That's not the target you want to jump. Bob's still gonna zip him forward, sets up for the combination. It's enough to burst him down, and they got really disconnected. The communication from Tier 1 is gonna cost him another pick-off as well, as Zephyr brought down from the glaives on Palos. Cute play from Execration. Great smoke maneuver.
Satanic is also pretty bad against Drow because of the hypothermia, of course, which reduces all healing by 70%. And Roche is up.
See?
Going for a smoke play.
Bob, zip in. Aghanim sets up for the double Earthspark Ice Blast as well. They get the pass through. That's enough to kill off the Enchantress. BKB on Brady Potato used early, but it's just mainly to get back to safety away from the slows. And the numbers advantage now for the side of Radiant. That much more difficult for him to get into the middle of the fight and the backyard after the Doom is used.
They're actually hitting Roshan?
Feels strong. I was like, why not? Let's go to work here. Let's bring the fight to them. Zip in again. Bob finds a Drow Ranger this time, but the Warsong once again on top of multiple heroes. They got the Lotus Orb, a pump fake from Doom, so he uses it on the Broodmother. Buybacks galore coming out, but I don't think they're going to get the worth of these buybacks. I mean, Palace will TP out after the ages. Bob will snag the cheese and the Aghanim shard, and if Whitemon's not in the correct position, like he's going to be a little bit further on the backline to kind of counter a team fight when you blink in. Quick overgrowth, so yeah, you really have to be cautious now if you're positioning on Tier 1. Is there we go, a Vortex again. He was up just afterwards with the Warsong Pins controlling the Drow. Savage brought back previously. A BKB, 1-4 stuff is out, but it's not going to matter. They lock on top of the Drow Ranger, and our Carl as well is getting chased back deep inside the lane here. He'll pop the Bloodstone, but it doesn't matter. That extra health is not enough. What is going on? Execration.
Oh. A good initiation from the Storm, but they have no business being there.
We're seeing like a pseudo vacuum almost with any AoE stuns that we see paired with that hero often. It's really cute how they've itemized on Execration. Now it's another jump.
And the next one, yeah.
It's now you can't position burst these. BTS tried, I believe he hexed up a Spiderling, but as soon as you get inside the base with these glaives bouncing around, there is no defense that can be mounted. Are they just going to end it? I mean, you've got ages on Palos still. Kuku will try and sit on the front line, but you're just charging up the finger of death. Kuku's down for 100 seconds. At least you got the living armor. But Palos, look at him just go to work. Yeah, he's like, all right, give me the full reset of the health. I mean, Drow's up in 20 seconds. This is going to cost them heavily if they don't find all the objectives right now. As I think it's going to take them too long to respawn, though. Execration. They have the Cold Quit Stave just collapsed on T1. Absolutely collapsed. Execration. What a way for them to come back into this game.
Yeah, it looked very bad for them. But just this one jump on the Drow Ranger at the Roche Pit, he buys back, and then the next jump on the Drow Ranger again. Super well played by Bob, finding the right targets every time.
Oh.
Nah, it's not experimenting.
What do you mean that's not experimenting? What is it then?
No. They just picked it because it's an auto win against PA. You axe Doom her, and she's like, okay, I'm out of the game, bye. I mean, if either the Lion or Clock come, there's definitely a kill potential. But yeah, as you said, they might be a little bit preoccupied with the lanes. Clock is getting pretty low.
A little bit faster movement speed on BDZ. Is he actually going to go for the courier? It's going to cost first blood here. Zephyr gets the solo experience as well, so I mean, at least he got the items.
Killed him with just right clicks even. And don't tell me or don't ask me why the tower gives 3 armor. Makes no sense.
Much. It's so much. Some of these heroes don't even start with 3 armor. The fact that you can just get it by being in that range is. And bottom lane, Kuku is enabled from Whitemon's Abaddon. He can just play super aggressive. Can
a surprise. A PA against Timbersaw. Doesn't do a whole lot.
Palace is going to be careful now himself here.
He has no regen left.
And the creep wave can just tank up the tower. No Phantom Strike as well leveled up, so Palos, he can't jaunt away. And now Aura as well. He's going to be pretty careful too. He's trying to target down Whitemon. This is a hero that very much wants to dish out his abilities on his teammates to provide their utility. But it doesn't matter, as it just allows the Timber Saw to pick up a triple kill. Yes, he's going to fall, but I mean, Cuckoo, he's all chatting.
He's having a good time.
BDZ is a sniping machine. Cole, he's gonna fall mid lane as well. Bob gets a solo kill. Instant tips as well from your boy. Really nicely played from Bob.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that Doom also took a fall in the top lane previously.
Bit of a tumble there.
Yeah.
Can't you able to translate?
Who's translating what?
Cole's getting a bit. He's talkative in the ore chat right now.
Oof, oof.
Ugh.
Oh, boy, I know that one.
Oh, what is it?
Nah, I can't tell you.
Okay.
It's just more like a fool, you know?
Are you feeling this Spirit Vessel build on Bob potentially this game to kind of really mitigate the Timber?
Step lively now. Your admiral
It
is
could
on
be good,
board.
yeah. But they have it a Baron. It's always hard to do that against a Baron. Whitemon in trouble though. Ooh.
Pushes him into the X. That's what BDZ was going for. See that Tidebringer cleave coming through from the creeps as well. So I'm gonna kill into a lot of damage on the tower top lane. Doom's been used on 23 Savage though, as looks like Dark's here. In no way he's going to be able to escape the ultimate. They've had Doom's number so far throughout the lane, but he's going to be able to hit back finally as soon as he hits level 6. I mean, they do kind of lack ways to take objectives too on EXECRATION. Hold that thought. They're swinging down. They really need the control to lock him in for the Nether Toxin on Cuckoo. And it looks like they're going to be able to provide that. X drag back into the torrent. They also stop the follow-up chains thanks to BDZ's battery assault. So it's never been that Ags rush, at least so far, through the third day. The Loot Bet Pro Series is a lot more of the utility with the mech. I mean, Agnums is definitely utility, but Savage, they'll line up the hookshot here. Whitemon's in a really good positioning to be able to back up the Doom, and with the movement speed from the Phase and Scorched Earth, it's not enough to get out of the constant tick damage, as they're bringing Zephyr as well. Spike Finger of Death just claims the kill before he's dragged back to his demise, as Whitemon's now going to look to claim it, but it's not enough with the shield popping. Bob finds a killing spree, as Conker's having a very solid game. I mean, now you know Carl and Savage TP top, so it is a lot of information. T1, they're like, no, we're going to smoke up instead. It does leave Cuckoo solo. But a great ward scouting out the maneuver of Radiant, and now it forces PA to get picked off here. Cuckoo is just, he's the vortex right now. So often we see on Timbersaws just dragging so much attention to the hero. We'll see how this high level, high net worth is going to come into play here for T1 as they're smoked up, but BDZ prime position to be able to pop this smoke. They're going to try and reveal the blink on Zephyr, but I mean, unfortunately for the Clockwork, he's not able to play around with the cute mobility, but he definitely does his job. The pick off into Roche we go. So now
That's too easy.
A third item BKB, as we see so often. How are you feeling about this itemization?
It's the problem against Doom. Like, you need the status resistance, but you also need the BKB. So maybe he'll end up going for both, but that will limit his item slots and his impact in the game quite dramatically.
If they caught out Zephyr, sidesteps the hook, and now the rest of Dire collapsing along the high ground. Darkseid's gonna get caught in Raging Potato. I mean, he can drop the wall, but Carl instantly with the BKB. They are just unable to deal with this Lina. I mean, Cogs makes it so difficult, but when you got the attack speed like the Lina, you can just chunk down the Cogs, fall up on the high ground, and Zephyr, it's going to be another two heroes that will end up falling. I mean, T1 just a very methodical second game here.
PA just does nothing. No crits, no daggers, no evasion.
Hero that very much thrives on the toolkit that he has. A lot of his damage, a lot of his potential to make sure he doesn't get kited as, well, they're going to try and jump Cuckoo. Yours dodges. No, he actually still gets clipped from the boat. And he's stuck in top of the break. So T1 are unable to get nearby to protect Cuckoo's Timber. And I mean, they've tried to surge up to protect the Doom. Carl nearby, instant yours, but they're going to be cautious because the backline, Palos, he's going to get ripped apart. Laguna, along with the Finger of Death, bye-bye Palos, getting involved in team fights pre-BKB is going to cost you heavily here to scale into the late game as... Oh, Lena is ripping apart these heroes. Carl triple kill, 7, 1, and 2 as I mean, this Lena, when you got the space to find these items, you can really see this hero turn out of control. I mean, Earthspirit's kind of one of the only ones that isn't as popular flex, but people do try him. Not to as much success though.
Yeah, but these numbers are too high. 50 damage on a Wyvern is kind of ridiculous.
The gold that you get out of it, BDZ, incredible hook shot on top of both the Lena and the Lion. That's a perfect target that you want to find, but Carl, a pre-BKB before the boat finds a connection, a 1-for-1, but now T1 can look to run rampant with all the abilities on cooldown, evac, drag back, but maybe that's actually going to help out T1 as they want to be directly on top of the Phantom Assassin. Carl still falling low, but he's got the second life to play around with here as he can just use up, target through the Conqueror, even through the Run buff, and now Raging Potato, the next target as well, as the Abaddon, when he tries to miscall to get any little bit of extra damage they needed. It's going to cost him his life there, but a beautiful fight nonetheless as T1 looking to continue to take over this game and start to get like control with the levels as well. But T1 just too strong with their execution in these previous fights.
Yeah, execution is strong. Oh, they're getting Cuckoo.
Do you want to even jump Timber right now with everyone behind him? Like, he's got so much extra health with Whitemore nearby, and if you're jumping Cuckoo, then you're not jumping Carl, and Carl's almost got an MKB, and even before that, you see how much damage he's dealing. Quick BKB from Bob. Gets rid of the wall stomp capability on Savage. They're going to be careful how far they want to commit here as Zephyr on the front line. The Doom's out now as it looks like Execration has to look to reset. Are unable to make it on the high ground. The machine guns from Lena going to work. He'll eventually make a mistake, mistiming that LSA.
And it's go time again. And you're doing the PA again. And what is he gonna do?
Pops the DD. Whitemon's the only person that's not connected with the team at the moment. But, I mean, jumping an Abaddon and using all your abilities just like that is gonna make this fight that much more difficult. That's an early BKB usage from Bob. Savage has still got his own if he wants to use it to dodge out the X drag back, but it's not required when you've got an Abaddon that can just protect you. I mean, a Palace is going to jump, and instantly the DD taken out of effect, and now LS8 up in the air. They can play with the Force Staff, trying to get back, controlling up Carl's Lena. It's enough to at least keep Palace alive, but it's going to cost you multiple heroes now, as both the supports will fall, as Cuckoo will claim those kills.
I don't know where the damage is going to come from. Like, your wall isn't even good. Like, the Lena wall illusion doesn't have Fiery Soul, so it doesn't do a whole lot.
Oh, Bob. No, no, no. What are you doing down there?
Bob. Told you, man. This is the death zone. You never want to be there.
I mean, they might try and make one last-ditch attempt. They do have a lot of these crowd control abilities where, taking a fight in the Roshan pit could allow Execration to maybe swing it. I mean, boat, wall, hookshot as well, but they're not going to give them the opportunity. Savage along with T1 instantly outside and on top of Execration. They'll drop the Doom as Bob will fall. And now BDZ as well. He's going to get caught out with the clockwork. I mean, tried to disrupt any extra follow-up, but I'm going to cost him his life and still nonetheless. I mean, Zephyr's going to, he's going to whiff on the Earth Spike, but at least Carl's able to make sure they secure the godlike streak. There is beyond godlike, actually. A triple kill for himself here.
And in a tournament where no team gets eliminated, like the group stage is not nearly as important, of course. So you can allow yourself a couple more mistakes here and there. Yeah, the thing is, Lena's damage isn't really about how hard she hits, but how fast she hits. It's ridiculous. Look at her attack speed.
Look at her hero portrait when she's right-clicking.
Yeah,
She's just
kind of fizzling around, man.
Now the Toxin's a bit of a nuisance. See what they're able to do here. Palace is jumping on forward. Carl again though, I mean, jumping the Lina feels all nice and all, but Whitemore can just give him so much survivability, and Carl's got an extra life. He might not even force the extra life. He's back up to a third to play around with after the BKB usage. They'll buy back, but with the Doom Force, Palace has got to get back to under the fountain. They've got to reset and hope that their numbers don't dwindle before they get back to the safety into a respectable health pool where they can just turn and deal with the second full set of barracks. I mean, yeah.
PA was more fun.
Oh, so you blame the
PA is too
PA.
poor. Yeah.
Oh, goddamn Palace. This is, finally a BKB completed. All hopes on trying and burst down Carl, but Savage can just disrupt this, and I mean, maybe he might not even be able to get BKB off on Palos. They're gonna kite the duration, and this is not what you want from your fresh reveal of the magic immunity. You want to be right-clicking heroes, and, well, they're giving you no opportunity to be able to do so. Bob's in the grave. I believe along with their hopes at being able to take a 2-0 victory here is, you know, Carl, he's all about the objectives. Mega Creeps Gaming, now he can get to work to killing off the heroes. Cuckoo, he might not even leave any heroes left. He's on an ultra kill. Give this man a rampage. Dive inside the fountain. Surely give it to him. And they will. Cuckoo, rampage before the GG T1. A solid way to end the night here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the scoreline, T1 is looking not that great. What, 2-6 now? They're gonna be in good shape once the playoffs start.